you know what? There's just way too many videos of Zoom calls to do these for. So basically, I'm just going to put this one before all of them. What you're about to watch are part of the leaders that were going to run Paramount Pictures, a new generation, lean and mean, and basically the people that were needed to build a new studio system. But corporate greed and legacy wealth and maybe political presidential interference took all of that away. So most of the people on all these Zooms introduce themselves. For those that don't, well, you could just Google their names because they're all leaders in the worlds that they come from. My name is William Potter Clevinger. I did this with family, hundreds of them, and I will never stop, ever, until we are seen and heard.
Hello,
Right.
hello. What up, Shiffy?
Hey,
There's
buddy.
Joel. Oh man, we get the whole party here. Let's go. This is awesome. Oh, I'm hyped. Now it's real. Hey, is Eddie George gonna join us? Hello, hello. Joel Hebner. Joel Hebner. Madman Shiffman.
I'm here.
I know. It's connecting for everybody else. Marty. Hello, sir. There's Joel. Hey.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody.
Hey, good
What's
to see
up, Big
you.
Will? How you doing, brother?
Oh man, living my dreams finally, Mr. Hebner.
I love it.
I just got off the phone with Alex Rose, who's going to be our art director. Here's Eddie George and
Jeff, how
Martin.
you
If you
doing?
need to
Joel
see,
Hebner.
Hi, Joel. Nice to meet you.
oh yeah,
Pleasure,
have
man.
you guys not met? I thought you met. I thought you met a year ago, a year back.
Did we?
No, I don't know. Maybe not. We've
Maybe.
had so many meetings putting all this together in the last 14 months. So Bernie Sanders is causing waves now for the Paramount Skydance deal. Came out this morning. I'm still dealing with Paramount and Skydance, by the way, Joel. It's crazy. I haven't got to update you on this insane pursuit for the last, 14 plus months. Every day of my life, every second's been all this. But I woke up this morning to Bernie Sanders blasting CBS, Paramount, the Redstone family, and Skydance on Twitter because, Trump's suing CBS, and so the Redstones are wanting to settle the lawsuit to give literally Don like billions of dollars from stuff that happened with an edited Kamala Harris interview. And I'm on Trump's side on this whole thing, but it's starting to affect now the closing of the Paramount deal. Do we have Marty on? Because I'm just trying to.
Am I not
Oh,
on?
there you are. Hello, sir. You're not on video, but you have to get on video if you don't want to. I like you being Charlie's Angels right now. If you want, it's fine.
Okay, yeah.
This is all family. You're good. I mainly, I'm gonna stay quiet instead of talking about it. But basically, Joel, I'll catch you up later. But we're still knee deep in the pursuit of Paramount. It's currently in Delaware Chancery Court. We have the same judge that threw out Elon's massive payout from Twitter, and we're making a lot of noise in the ledge. And us launching this forward basically not only shows that this whole vision to not only market but to make movies in a new foundation start to finish, incubating them from a marketing standpoint, from a connecting with the fan standpoint, to literally showing as an educational tool the process of making films from start to finish not only works but as a new foundation moving forward that every studio can get behind. And I had a phone call yesterday with Michael Orsini, the managing director of Malka, who backed the whole pursuit of Paramount. And I spent the month of March with in New York. And I will, well, everybody's going to see what he and I are doing because it's going to be in the Finnish Canyon Country Everything deck. And they have the ability to take an investment capital from any financial institution because of their basically massive real estate trust and trade over the course of the 20 trading days risk free to where no money is at risk. and they get 6% returns because it's basically they have some like kickers with what they do. This is stuff that I don't know because I'm not in the high level finance world. However, I understand the way it all works, and I'm going to be the face of that fund. And this has nothing to do with the Paramount deal. Outside of these parties came together through trying to buy Paramount. And then I had a call yesterday, Martin. This will get you excited because you're such a Raiders fan. I had a call yesterday because I saw Eli Manning announce that he wanted to buy the 10% ownership stake in the New York Giants. We're building a movie studio in Mississippi. One of the people involved in that is Johnny Wickham, who was Eli's backup quarterback at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Also, Joey Stanton used to represent Glenn Powell. Glenn is still Joey's best relationship in film and TV. Glenn is starring as Chad Powers in the series that he co-created with Eli on the character Eli created.
Yeah.
And so I talked to my partners at Malka, and we are getting into the due diligence process of getting a meeting set with Eli to buy the 10% ownership stake in the New York Football Giants. And
Wow.
I said this was sports ownership and movie studios.
Yeah. No, I love Eli too. I'm not a Giants fan by any means. And he's the only quarterback that beat my quarterback, or my favorite quarterback anyway, Tom Brady. He's the only guy to beat him twice. So
I love her. Jeff over here and I are Rams fans, but that's okay.
You have our old quarterback, so
I know. And Brady did a number on us for a Super Bowl too.
Yeah.
So
Brady didn't do shit. They scored 13 points. All right, that was a failure of the Rams.
Was it a win or a loss?
It was a win. That was
Wait, let me pull my balls out of his mouth real quick. There you go.
13 points. Big deal.
This is a great introduction. So Marty, Jeff Shiffman is who put me in a car and drove me cross country, Sydney and I, to make Cutthroat City before the movie was funded. He is who has the relationship with who I'm going to be literally putting this entire presentation in front of and bringing him in to do this with us that I already set up before I went to Atlanta 2 weeks ago to meet with Eddie. I let the great incomparable David Brown know what was cooking with what we were doing. And I have to finish the Canyon Country Everything overview that I'll have done on Sunday, which is our entire business ecosystem with clean energy, clean water, the way this all functions forward. It's going to have everything in it with Malka, like I was just talking about, for what this new fund will be.
Right.
And this fund allows every studio across the world to invest in it, to really not only decorporatize what Hollywood was, but set up a new foundation where literally the average everyday citizen can own a piece of it.
Right.
And it's a vision that I received, that Joel was one of the first people that not only got behind what this is, but Joel's been dancing on movie sets with me since I was 19 years old, and I turned 41 on Tuesday. And you know, we're the legacy pieces of this. He was the first ever actor I cast in a movie, and it was a heavy stunt related thing. So I see how all of this is circling around. It's really crazy. And obviously the connections with Eddie, I could talk all day about this, but Jeff Shiffman is one of my best friends. He's my sports brother for life. You guys are going to hit it off because, I mean, we already see you're removing your balls out of his mouth talking about Brady.
Oh, please.
I'm going to put a big M on his forehead.
Yeah,
please. And I'm excited for where this is going. And so I'm going to stay quiet. I would like to let you and Joel get to know each other. I want you, Marty, to talk about your friend who you were mentioning to me, who does the Marvel movies, that Joel wouldn't have any problem rocking this thing with, because Hebner's already.
Yeah, I'm sure he knows him. Joel, do you know Mr. Coney?
Mr. Coney.
Martin, they're down in Georgia.
Are they down in Peachtree? I worked on Ant-Man down there about a decade ago now.
Okay.
And but yeah, that name doesn't ring a bell, but I know if he's worked on the Marvel stuff, they're incredibly loyal. So he's probably been a part of that ecosystem for a hot second.
How about James Young?
James Young? Yes.
Yeah, it's his second.
Okay, gotcha. No, I do know. I haven't worked with James, but again, small circles. My stunt background, I kind of got lucky and cursed in that I kind of jumped quickly from stunt guy. I started working on a lot of projects that quickly the coordinators would be asking my opinion on how things should be done, and I was
Yeah.
just like, all right, well, I'm not going to keep getting hit by cars if I'm going to be also
Yeah,
planning this
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I wanted to add to that because Martin, you know what, you and I were texting, right? Because of your size, you're talking about some coordinators don't know. It's the same deal with Joel because Joel's practically 6'7". So
Right.
some coordinators don't know how to rig that in the same manner they don't know how to, you know, rig somebody of your size. So
Yeah.
this is such a great dynamic in the aspect of Joel and I have had conversations like this. Small people and big people, you know, excessively large humans such as Mr.
Right.
Hebner here, go through the gamut on being put through things on a stunt level. And I've seen Joel practically blind from people all the way down to, you know, being yanked around the same manner that you were talking about. So
Yeah.
he's very sensitive to all of those things.
Well, I'm sure you guys have you've all seen Pirates 3, right?
Yes, sir.
So you remember the scene where I come up out of the floor, because that was for George Rugi. I come up out of the floor with a cannon gun, and I shoot it, and it sends me flying backwards, you know, on a ratchet. We did it twice because it was so hard to come up the floor and without looking at your mark, hit your mark and fire it. We did it twice, and we said that was good because if I would have been too far ahead or too far back from my point, the floor behind me that was still level would have took my head off.
Yeah.
So, but that George Rugi's amazing.
Wow.
So, but I did a when those famous Skechers shoes nowadays came out, I did a Super Bowl commercial with Snoop Dogg and Tony Romo, and he yelled to Tony, "Hey, hit such and such." Supposed to be a kid playing youth football, and as I turn around to catch the football, I did it fucking 10 times for this guy. It was I'll have to figure out his name. It was a black guy, but he was supposed to be like really good. Well, we used a girl first. She got knocked the fuck out. And then I did it, and we did it 10 times. But the way he had me picked, it ended up causing me to have an L4 and L5 compression fracture.
Oh,
so
man.
I'm over it now. I'm all good. I've been through a pain management doctor and a back guy. I don't have any fused anything, but again, it just because of my skeletal dysplasia, that guy didn't know he might you can do that with your average 5'9", 5'10", 6 foot guys, but you got to know what you're doing,
Yeah, structurally, it's a different thing. I mean, again, it should be a common sense sort of thing. But unfortunately, sadly, a lot of times, and I was I'm LA based generally. I'm actually up in Monterey. I'm doing a PTSD. I have a organization that does PTSD workshops up here.
We got to talk about that too.
Yeah, I'm up here currently now, but last Sunday I did a job for Fallout, and it was actually one of their promo gigs. And I'm always amazed that departments, there's no communication. I feel like stunts is a lot of times can go that way with the talent. You know, they get in a rush to do things, and it's really unfortunate that happened to you, Marty. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, there's always those guys out there that say, "Hey, I'm the only guy that does my own stunts."
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, and I'm like, bullshit. I know 3 or 4 guys, like Tommy, or what's his name, Wagner.
Yeah, I know. I know that about Jackie Chan. I know about 6 Jackie Chan stuntmen. So,
I mean, he does a lot, but there's just certain things. Productions are not gonna insure the film if you're number 1 on the call sheet is doing something stupid where he might die. And I'm like,
Marty, are you? I know we have a number of people on the East Coast right now, but have you been LA based back a couple years ago?
I lived in for 20 years.
Okay. Did I meet you? There was a commercial casting for Superformers. It was Doug Jones, Doug Tate.
Yeah, Doug Tate's one of my best buddies.
Okay, yeah. All right. So I was actually up for Sasquatch again. It came down to me and him for the Messing with Sasquatch job.
I give him such shit for that right now. I'm like,
oh man, he's shitty or not. He's been crushing for a decade, right?
Yeah.
And I think I actually met you once.
Okay.
Back at that casting, I think I ended up talking a lot to Doug Jones at that casting. But did
Okay.
you do the commercial with the Big Bad Wolf?
Big Bad Wolf.
It was I believe it was I want to say it was like a Visa Super Bowl commercial or something like that. But Doug played the Big Bad Wolf, and he went and blew the little pigs' houses down.
No, I wasn't in
This
that
is
one.
great.
I wasn't in that one.
No, okay, my apology. Yeah,
That's all
I
good.
thought I might have met you there, but
These commercial castings, man, I swear, dude.
well, and
Oh,
especially for super performers or people who
I
do
yeah.
know.
costumes. Yeah,
I
That's
know.
me. I love being mocap and super
yep,
performer.
same. I actually just did 2 jobs this week. One of them was for Fallout. I was the T-45 armor.
Oh,
So
okay. So do you
yeah.
know Mark's brother Matt does a lot of that? He does like Call of Duty and he just fucking making bank and all that Call
Oh,
of
on the
Duty video
mocap.
game stuff and yeah, mocap work.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Another good buddy of mine, Brian Cartago. He works on a lot of the Call of Duty stuff. And yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, even through the slowness of the industry, the video game guys have been let me rephrase that. The video game stuntmen have been very busy.
yeah,
We video game actors are still, on strike, so we're not
right.
allowed to
I know.
do
Yeah,
anything.
We're
yeah.
gonna change all that too, Joel. There's a huge game component to this. I haven't shared the visual deck with anybody because I'm like straight up,
Are you
you
still
know,
doing the naked version or the clothed version?
nah, you're funny. It's I'm meticulous as it gets on this, so I'm sharing the script, but I want to hit everybody at once with what I've cooked up because this is the entire vision for what all this was, man, for the last year and change. And it's everything from graphic novels to video game to comic, but also 2 unscripted TV shows. One of them Martin came up with, but it was something I was thinking about doing too with Dave Sheridan already. And so this literally sets a foundation forward on a manner to where we're making a movie at a specific budget that basically launches this entire ecosystem and funding ecosystem forward. And so um I'm gonna send you, Joel, on Sunday everything. But did you get a chance to dive into the script at all?
I briefly I got a chance to get about 10 pages in. I
That's
like I said,
okay.
I'm up here on this job. We run the event is on Saturday, so I'll have more
Okay.
time to sort of decompress everything after that.
So on maybe on Monday we can all get together and I'll have Chris Bailey join us as well on this because I just sent him the script today. He's gonna be handling like special effects, mechanical effects, the gags with like the arrow going through everybody, things like that. And then I talked to Mr. Frangadakis to get Immortal Mass on board to basically create through existing molds that they have the suit for Martin for this. So
I can tell you one thing that can save you money. And Immortal
please.
Mass is great, but Frank Ippolito, who's been trained under Joel Harlow.
Yeah, I'm big fan of Frank. I worked with him back in the day.
Yeah, Frank's already got my whole body cast.
Oh, let's go, bro.
Yeah.
So if you go through him, you don't have to even. I mean, or if you want to borrow it, but he.
So let me talk on that. I'm glad you brought that up because I remember you texted me about it. George is kind of jammed. So since I've got experience with Frank, we did Screaming Forehead together. That's how I met Dan Roebuck, actually.
Okay.
And
Just
Roebuck.
make sure when you talk to him that I put his name for just so I.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't.
One.
Martin, can you reconnect us? Because I
Yes,
don't have.
absolutely.
Awesome.
Will, on that note,
You're a producer on this thing too, so yeah, go for it, Joel.
I was actually just talking with Marty. Do you have a life cast at any other of the studios? Like I know I work a lot with CCE and Quantum Creations.
I know that I'm over at K&B with
Oh,
Howard.
you got one at K&B? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. K&B is a little.
They're
a little tight over at K&B. I don't know if we could get one from over there.
Right. Well, that's
George,
what I'm saying. Frank's not working right now, and he has one. I mean, because there's another movie that I was going to throw to you guys. They wrote a script with Penn and Teller guys, and
what?
Yeah, but it was called The Little Dead, and it talks about a circus train way back in the day, and I think the last cart or the 2 last carts fall off the rail and go into the lake, and the little people are never saved, and this little dead comes out, and Frank will be able to show you pictures of the badass. It had three animatronic guys just to work my head. That's
Wow.
how dope it was.
That's
But
excellent.
like I said, Frank has everything, and he's not working, so
Yeah. The good news about LA shutting down, every effects shop is looking for work currently.
I
yeah.
know.
I know
That would
Rick
be
Baker has it,
badass.
but I think he's closed.
So I would love to connect with him. And
Okay.
like I said, you know, I speak the language, man. I know this, but my job as the filmmaker behind this and the director is to know literally who to place and put where on each conversation too that we're having. And so, you know, these things from effects, makeup to literally the suits, all of it. I'm not stepped forward in any of those conversations without Mr. Hebner here, because I've been making this guy dress up as characters for 23 years. It's literally my fault that Joel became a character actor.
And I saw the one where he was chapless.
Which one?
The one
Where you were chapless?
Oh,
with
yeah.
the you know.
Well, you know, that's some of my lesser known Valley work.
I've got some Valley work out there. I'm not proud of either.
Look, man, anyone who's been in this business as long as we have definitely has Valley work, right?
Yeah, when your mom calls and says, "Hey, you have anything to tell me?" I'm like,
dude, this is
what?
gonna be so much fun. I'm
Yeah.
loving this.
No, absolutely.
So Jeff's got a schedule too.
Okay.
I'll get it over to you guys. I have not really dove into it very much. We're a little heavy on the days right now. It's like, Jeff, is it 24?
25.
25.
Where are we looking at filming?
Owensboro, Kentucky. We own the land, 6.5 acres, Mr. Hebner. And I'm
I
doing
like
a
Kentucky.
movie. I'm doing a movie that starts filming there on May 13th. That Michael Mendelson is going to be cash flowing. That Jim Still's wrapping up right now. I'm getting in a car on Wednesday, the day after my 41st birthday, and driving to Kentucky. I'm currently in Ocala at my parents, wrapping all this up. So I'm gonna go up there. It's like the mirror to what Cutthroat City was. It's really weird. And then between like now and probably like I said, end of day Sunday, I'll have stuff done for Jeff and I to do what we need to do to try to get who I think I can get behind getting this thing on the road for us with. And I've got my partners that pursued Paramount to also get on the phone with any basically financial investors that are interested in doing anything that we've literally stepped inward on to really let them know what's on the table. I mean, this is crazy. I feel like so much of what the last 6, 7, 8 months was with what this has all become, trying to not only think I could put a group together to buy Paramount, but actually lead it forward and land it, is materializing to create so many other different verticals in business to where this is all going in a manner that, has our entire town broken already. So we're about to fix it literally. And Jeff, the movie that starts filming on May 13th is called Gone Viral. I actually don't know who's first ADing it, so we should talk about that. We'll get with Daniel, because the director's Brian Trenchard Smith, who directed Leprechaun 3 and did some other like cult status movies that I loved growing up as a kid. Tarantino and Schwarzenegger are making acting appearances in that movie. And it's the first thing that launches all of this forward, utilizing the marketing systems I have in place. So I'll send you the package.
Why don't you see if Schwarzenegger's son-in-law is a good friend of mine, Chris Pratt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's married to Schwarzenegger's daughter.
Oh, that's right. Dude,
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's fucking hot as shit. I mean,
yeah.
He can't, anything he touches is gold.
Yo, you know what, Martin? I've actually got so are you familiar with Mutant Chronicles?
Is that a comic book thing?
It was a comic book and a video game IP. So we've got the shopping rights on Mutant Chronicles. I'm going to have the pilot done with my partner, Carter Winter, who I met through Malka, in about a week.
Okay.
And I've been eyeballing this whole thing, but I wanted to create a character for you in it. I'll send you some stuff on it, but the cast that I'm looking at, that So my boy Lynn Oding, who directed the film I made, Office Uprising, he's really tight with Tom Hardy. One of my partners manages Pablo Schreiber, who played Master Chief on Halo.
Okay.
But I've been looking at kind of eyeballing who the cast would be on this, and you bringing him up, that's a actually great call. So it would essentially be you, Pratt, Pablo Schreiber, possibly Tom Hardy, Michelle Yeoh, who I've got a relationship with, and Wang Xiaoming.
I know Michelle Yeoh. I think I worked with her on Pirates.
There we go.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think you
Oh
worked with her on
God, that's
Pirates, I
right.
think.
She was in Pirates. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then we worked on I think another movie called with Looney, not a Looney Tunes. It was what are the two chipmunks?
Oh, the
Chip and
album.
Dale.
Yeah, it was just recently we were doing stunts on that. So
Okay. So
but anyway,
this is
yeah, you just ask me, send me a text message and say whose numbers you want. I'll call them ahead of time, and
You're
then
the
I'll
man.
set that up. And
You're the
that.
man, dude.
That's
And I want to, no, that's beyond, man. This is incredible. And so, that's why I want to get this movie rocked and rolled forward so we could just step in all this other thing. Cause I basically, Marty, man, I've been collecting IP for the last 14 months. And what I mean by that is it's almost like finding like baseball cards, these things that are superstar projects that come with A-list attachments top down. This all started with Pulp Fiction as an anthology TV series.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
sent me down the road. And then the mirror to that was doing a biopic on Steve McQueen and his life, which we have Jake Scott directing.
Did you
So
watch Knee High PI?
no, not yet, because I've been so buried under trying to get this done. That's why I
When
haven't
you
texted
see
you.
that, you're gonna see the guy. It was I forgot the name of the director, dickhead. But anyway, the whole series it was a comedy, but everybody says, dude, they made you out to be like Steve McQueen, like the way I was dressed and everything. But I was just a little person detective that worked for $9.95 a day. Like no, $99.95 a day, and I finally get a raise to $100 a day, and it was on Comedy Central.
Damn.
But
You
yeah,
think
if you get a chance, watch it.
Oh, I will. I'll get into that. I've just been. I have to watch our brother.
You're busy.
No, but I've been so jammed with all this because I want to get the show on the road with everything. So
when
I've
is your
been.
Gay Pride Week? I don't want to interrupt that. Is it the one in Toronto or is it the one in New York?
I don't know. Ask Joel. Joel, which one is it?
Look, I can neither confirm nor deny any knowledge on that subject.
I love it. I love it. So
we can't leave Eddie out of that. So okay.
Nah, man. Eddie brings the goods on all that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have him right in the front of the float.
Mr. Shiffman, do you have anything for us?
No, not really. In regards to the ledge and stunts, I have it broken down, but we could use read through, but it's not a lot. A little bit of scuffling, a big fight at the end. Questions are when these arrows fly. How are we doing that? And once it hits somebody, I'm going to want a stunt person there for safety. And they usually hit the deck pretty hard anyway.
We'll do
that
on
kind of.
Sorry. No, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was going to say, on Monday, I sent Chris Bailey the script. So you and I will have a convo on the phone with Bailey. And then we'll get on Monday because I want to start. I really want to have all of this meticulously planned out as much as possible by the end of next week.
Okay. That's doable.
Because I want to get.
I'll go through and I can get a complete breakdown. I actually drive back to LA Monday morning, so I'll be back by probably 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Fuck, you drive fast, bro.
Oh well, I gotta stop off. I got a buddy I gotta drop off in Santa Clarita, and
Okay.
but I make it from here in Monterey 4.5 hours from Monterey to Marina.
Damn, you are good though. I mean, I used to do the Chatsworth to the Oakland Coliseum, and that took me like fucking 7 hours.
Oh yeah. No, I know. Yeah, but Oakland gets crazy. I mean, the beauty of Monterey is it's essentially a small town with the 101 and the 1 driving right into it.
Do you run into Clint Eastwood at all?
Not yet. Not here. I met him once in LA
My
back
goal.
a couple years back, but no, I have not met him in Carmel. Although I was actually just in Carmel this morning.
Yeah,
So
the two guys I would love to work with is Clint Eastwood and Mel Gibson.
Damn.
I'd blow up.
absolutely.
So,
You know,
so Mel,
Will Jalen just worked with Mel over. Is it Rampart? They were just working
yep.
with Mel.
Well, so I have Martin, we're gonna have a call with Mel. So let me let the cat out of the bag. So one of the main people that's involved in everything I've been doing is Stephen McAveety, who produced Braveheart, Apocalypto, and Passion of the Christ. We're working to fund his directorial debut called The B Team. And I have asked Steven when I finish what I'm going to be sending everybody, which I should have done going into the week, to set up a call directly with Gibson, because obviously there's the connection with the mark of it all with Wahlberg as well, being directed
Yeah.
by him in Flight Risk. So we're that close to having Gibson literally in this whole circle, in a
Love that.
very, very real capacity, because Trump named him as the guy to clean up Hollywood. And that's what
Right.
I've been trying to do. April 23rd of last year, Rasta Phil told me about how Wahlberg wanted to rid Hollywood of all the dark and create a whole new light. And
Yep.
so that's what I've been doing literally
Yeah.
since last April 25th. And we're almost literally done. And this movie is going to be the foundation that launches it, because it connects all sides together. You're going to see Stephen McAveety is one of the EPs on the ledge in the deck that I'm sitting over. And then obviously the script came from Joel, just so you know. I mean, I got this script from Scott Ross, who started the Funky Bunch with Mark. That's who
No
introduced
shit.
Eddie. Eddie went to high school with Scott Ross. Yeah, Eddie, man,
Wow.
you wanna enlighten Shift. I mean, Jeff, you already talked to, but you want to let Joel know who you are, Mr. George?
Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
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 Yes,
So,
sir.
so nice to meet you, Joel. So,
Hey, absolutely a pleasure.
yeah, pleasure. Yeah, it's crazy how the world works, man. Like Will, 3,000 miles away. I'm over on the East Coast, and you know, I'm friends with Scott Ross, 40 years, man. So,
Wow.
we became friends when we were 14 years old in high school. Scott was into video production, all this stuff. He was part of the Ice Crew. We were really good friends. He was one of my very first black friends that I took close to me. He was awesome, awesome dude. So anyway, yeah. So obviously, like Will said, Scott and Hector Barrows was the other guy I knew who was also in New Bedford. So I know those two. They were part of a breakdancing crew called the Ice Crew. So I've known them for years. So obviously they went.
I think anytime you can say you've known somebody since a breakdancing crew, that's a sign of like.
Damn, that brings you back to high school.
Yeah,
with those guys.
and you know what's crazy? It's like you really look at people around our age today. How many people could actually say they're still close? Not just friendly, but still close to people they were in high school with. A lot of people can't say that.
Yeah.
I'm
You know-
still best friends with my guys from kindergarten all the way to now.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, there's
Wow.
12.
Yeah.
That's true friendship, man. So anyway, so Scott.
Wait, not to interrupt. So Jeff Shiffman grew up with Robert Russler, who's starring in this movie, by the way. Keep
Okay.
going.
That's great. Wow, man, that's crazy stuff, man.
Sorry,
But
keep going,
so
Eddie. Sorry.
okay, so I went to New York to do my thing. I was involved with the soap operas. All my children got in Light Another World. I did a couple of TV commercials, Foot Locker, American Express. And then I got away from the acting of it all. I started DJing in nightclubs. I would just go visit film sets from people I knew. And then I reconnected with Scott a while later. And then I didn't know I was going to get into writing. So I had a lot of ideas. So a friend of mine from LA, Frank DiMartini, who was a producer with Millennium Pictures for years, he's also an entertainment lawyer. I had given him a few of my crime scripts, and he said, these are really good. He goes, but it's like a catch-22. You need to put A-listers attached to crime scripts to get money, but yet you need money to attract the A-listers. So it's like a fucking big game with the crime dramas. They're hard, very hard to get off the ground. So he says, put together a horror script. And I said, dude, I love horror, but I can't fucking write horror. He goes just like this to me. He goes, just do it. That's exactly how he ended. He goes, just do it. So I reached down into, my fucking warped brain like us writers have and just pulled the story out, and you have the script. So I said to Scott one day, I said, yo, man, anybody you can get this to? I said, all the people I know in the business, you know, and I write true crime and crime dramas. I said, it's hard to get this stuff looked at without money behind it right away. So he goes,
Right.
horror is typically your easy way into the business as a writer. I mean, so, and then I asked Scott, I said, hey, anybody in your world with Mark or somebody that can get this? So he goes, I got this guy, Will. He goes, I'll connect you with Will Clevinger. So last August, like Will said, Scott sent him the script. We had been trying to connect either by phone or in person since last August. And it took us months and months and months because Will was on his amazing journey with this vision. And we finally connected via Instagram, a couple of messages, then email, then phone call. And then he enlisted me to go on this journey to find Lake Point Sports. And then Mark O'Brien, the CEO of Lake Point Sports, said, can you have him come up? He came up, and then I met him, and he crashed by me, came up 2 weeks later, brainstorm, you know, cleaned up the script a little bit more. And then and that's how we got here, man, is through Scott Ross. So
he knows.
So Will knows Rasta Phil. It's kind of weird. Will knows Rasta Phil, who's like almost like a gatekeeper, personal assistant type of guy to Wahlberg. He's known Mark since they're teenagers. And I know Scott. So Scott and, you know, Rasta, and then Will, and then me. So that whole circle just came, you know, together.
The connection, man.
It's been wild, bro. It's been wild.
And you know, you guys chose the right guy in Will. He's a phenomenal guy and incredible producer. So this is, I'm excited to be a part of it.
And we're not going to use that term producer ever again with me, because now it's filmmaker. Because Joel, that's the whole point, man. I'm directing this movie, my friend. Like, so Joel, I gave my dreams away for 20 years, from Stephen C. Miller to literally even Tony K, RZA, all these film directors, literally Chris Siverston, which is how I met Shiffman up here. I literally put myself in the matrix and repeated the pattern for 20 years, utilizing my relationships, my energy, my resources to help other people's dreams come true. And it broke my life 6 ways from Sunday over and over and over and over again. And I finally consciously woke up, Joel, to what I got led through. Literally, God had to give me my pro sports ownership dreams, and also pursuing buying a film studio, and actually damn near coming close to still to be determined pulling it off, in order to consciously wake up to what I went to film school for in the first damn place. And everybody from Miller, and I love these people, man. I helped their lives and their dreams happen, but they all stole from me what I literally pursued to do in the first place. And I allowed that to happen because I thought I was in control of money and every single aspect of life that I was walking into every day. And that's not the way this whole journey of life works. It's really not.
No.
And Joe, so 2 years ago, I had originally connected. I'm not going to mention the name, but this woman out in LA, she made all these supposed commitments saying, we're going to get this horror film of yours off the ground. She put together a pitch deck, which was fucking garbage. I had another guy, Mike Lurie, change it to a whole different deck, which made it look better. And then Will's guy even made it look much better. So 2 years ago, when she was, you know, going to put a whole production team together, start casting it, she even put it on social media, casting for this film will start in a few weeks. She was basically blowing smoke up my ass. So around that same time is when I reached out to Marty, and I was like, hey, buddy, so I had you in mind for this story that I wrote. You mind if I send you the script? I sent Marty the script 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And he wanted to do it. And it was that long ago. I was trying to get this off the ground until Scott connected me to Will last year. Let me tell you something. Even though it took Will and I a little bit to connect, this guy, let me tell you something. And you're right about Will, but this guy, in a matter of 3 fucking weeks, has made 1,000,000 times more progress with anything to do with this than that woman did in a fucking year. Seriously.
Wow. Yeah,
I'm the reason the script's longer too.
Did you guys send me the new script? Because I read that last one 2 years
Yeah, I
ago.
sent you, Marty. I think I sent you the most revised one.
Okay, I'll read it over the weekend. My
Like I
girls are
like
gone.
I said, your role really wasn't touched at all. We
Right.
added more characters. We added a couple of more we added a ton more kills.
Right. Good.
I
But
think we're
your
at like
role,
21 now, 21, 22.
just the opening scene, we slaughter 9
Nice.
people.
That's a good body count.
I like that.
Hell yeah, man.
And Joel, the person that I got for like our Drew Barrymore type opening is freaking John Radinsky, bro, who was on SNL and he starred in Home Again with Reese Witherspoon. I went to see Eddie in Atlanta and I knew from a landing spot, I'm like, oh, let me go to the Buckhead Diner. They're open 24 hours. I can work till I can see him the next morning. I like crash in the back of my car, whatever. Because shit, I had to be homeless at one point, as you know, pursuing this whole crazy Paramount thing, sleeping in my car. That was crazy. So I'm like, I'll do that for a night in Atlanta. I pull up to the Buckhead Diner. I come around the corner and I hear these three guys go, yeah, we're just a bunch of comedians. And I look and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, I know one of these people. And I start talking to them. I'm like, oh, you guys are comedians? I just locked in a comedy in a film festival in my hometown of Ocala, Florida. I'm like, I'd love to book you all on it. And then I realized I'm talking to John Radinsky, who starred for Clooney in Catch 22 and literally starred in a movie with Ian Harding, who was literally in Office Uprising with Brendan, all this connective tissue.
That's
And
awesome.
so, right, it's crazy, Martin. So I start talking to
Wow.
Radinsky, and then John's like, oh, yeah, I'm doing comedy here. He's like, I got a show tomorrow. He's like, come back for the show. And he goes, give me your last name one more time. I go, Clevinger. He goes, wait, I know that. He's like, Catch 22. Because one of the characters in Catch 22 was named Clevinger, spelled the same way as mine.
Right.
Now we have this convo. We end up dapping it up, exchange information. I go into the diner, bro, to sit down, and on the TV, the movie Perfect Storm starts that starred Clooney and Wahlberg. You can't make this shit up. Down to Clooney and I both being born on May 6th.
Right.
Like there was so many synchronicities from the universe.
And my
And this is
mother-in-law.
this is the stuff, man, that makes you think no matter if anyone wants to believe in the word God, because I do know plenty of women that equate it to oppression. That's like what I wrote in that overview. But there's a creator to this crazy matrix that we live in. And my life now has become walking testament because I've kept track of all these things. At this point, there's coincidences, but when you have thousands of pieces of occurrence, and I've got the receipts for all of these, this is all about biology and science and this whole ecosystem that connects the whole earth together, what is called the tree of life. So, Martin, I could talk about this stuff all day, bro. And I'm very excited to.
And you're gonna let me know when and if I need to head up to Kentucky, right?
Yeah, I'm getting out there on Wednesday of next week. As soon as I get Jim Still with his help to get the first movie gone viral cash flowed, I'll let you know and then we can bring you out because
Okay.
that film will be starting. That's connected to this, but not connected to this. That's the
Right.
last act I have to do as a producer that I've been for 20 years to
Okay.
get this whole thing done. And it mirrors Cutthroat City. So I had a cat. So I used the movie Mudbound to get Cutthroat City made. And
Right.
so these guys have used Cutthroat City now to get Gone Viral made. And the producer of Mudbound, Kyle Tequila, who was the reason why Rob Morgan was in Cutthroat City and all this stuff,
Yeah.
he came out and helped me when I was trying to get the movie funded and was going crazy like these guys are. And then I had Jim Still get it financed, but it was Kyle that helped make that happen. And he actually came and showed up for me
Okay.
on his own dime. So I got to go do that for these cats next week. And that's why I went and bet on the horse Sandman. That's a crazy thing too, connected to when I got robbed at gunpoint at 17
Oh,
and then had a
damn.
bullet fired at my head literally in Vegas back in October. All
Jesus.
this shit is weirdly designed and connected. And that's what makes this story all validated for the world when it happens.
Right.
Sandman's going to win the Kentucky Derby.
Well,
Really?
I
Will,
guarantee it.
did you see the clip I sent you? Jimmy Fallon said it on his show. Sandman was going to win.
I didn't see that, but that horse is from Ocala. Griffin
Yeah.
Johnson, Marty, the lead actor
Yeah.
in The Ledge,
Yeah.
owns Sandman the horse.
Okay.
I didn't know that. He's in Kentucky right now. This is all insane. And it's
I used to
awesome.
love it. I don't bet on horses anymore because it sounds weird because I always wanted to be a jockey,
No.
being only 4'1". But now I
No.
look at it like Man, why do we got to put these horses through this? Like, why don't those horses ride the fucking jockeys?
I don't disagree with that, but I actually have a script. Would you like to play a jockey in a movie?
Oh, absolutely.
So I have a script about, I'm going to send you this thing. So Michael Vaughn, who introduced me to literally the Mel Gibson side of all this, his daughter, Carrie, who has a kid, which is a baby, that was born on my birthday.
Oh, man, another birthday.
She wrote a script that's about a horse and a jockey. That I gotta get. It's one of the main pieces of IP I want to do. I'm gonna send you this thing. I think you're supposed to literally star in this movie. So I'll get a hold of that and get it to you by next week.
And I'll text you.
Hey,
tonight.
gentlemen, I'm so sorry to do. I'm gonna have to jump off. I have a 4 o'clock meeting.
You're
I have to
good,
walk
Joel.
Into.
Joel, we'll
Beautiful.
talk to you on. Sorry, we'll resync this for next week with you as soon as you dive in. Okay.
Love that, Eddie, Marty. Such a pleasure, Jeff. I do remember speaking to you back at Will's old place. So great to see you again. You guys have a great day.
All right, we'll talk to you.
Bye, Joel. Stay
Bye,
on,
Joel.
boys. Thank you, Joel. Cool. But
I'll get you Frank Ippolito's number, and should I just tell him to give you a call?
Yeah. Just have him ring me, and then I'll sync him up with Jeff and I, and because I want to get rocking on that. I don't want to. I would use Frank and then my boy Gage Munster, who bought Soda Effects. And then I'll let Frank lead the way on what he wants to do with this, though. Like, that's the thing, man. I want to fully trust the guys behind it. And he and I did Forehead together with Robux. So that's awesome.
Okay. All right. I'm going to do that. I'm going to reach out to him, tell him what's going on, and then tell him to give you a call.
Awesome. And then send Eddie will get you the latest draft of the script. Send it to your boy Mark, who Joel was saying he wouldn't have a problem with. And then let's have Mark and Joel, co-coordinate this thing. Since Joel's based in Cali, that way Mark can bring people from Georgia up to Kentucky. That would be a lot easier than having to deal with, West
I know a
Coast
bunch
to
of
the
guys down there too. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll flow this whole thing forward. And then, any other things. And like I said, when you dive back into the script again, anything you want to do with Buck or enhance or, play with, or any questions you got.
I heard he has a 14-inch dick.
Yeah, we can make that happen. It's bigger than the one in Boogie Nights, so we might have to get the prosthetic and enhance it.
Hello.
And that's really the arrow that he's fighting everyone. He pops it on and off and shoots it and then picks it back up and reattaches,
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, man. Good. Marty will be a tripod if he's got that big fucking dick.
I'll be a tripod for sure.
Tripod.
Exactly. But I just want to say something, Jeff. I want to say thank you for everything you've been doing, man, with this and helping out in the schedule and the you've just been great. Your little input and advice with like a handful of things has been great. And I just want to say I'm grateful and thank you for all that.
Dude, there's a little brown stuff on your nose right there.
Yeah. Wait, hold on.
Hey, man, listen, Martin, you're going to crawl straight up into Jeff because Jeff's the reason why this movie's going to get financed. Because
I'll blow him shit. I don't care.
No, wait, Jeff, Buck's got a little dick now. He's got a little dick.
Everything I'm doing, I have to follow kind of the life patterns of the past and what got me back to LA during COVID when I had bottomed my life out right before Cut Throat City came out in theaters. I got the opportunity to go and be Jeff's key set PA quietly on a movie that his friend Dave Brown was putting together. And that was 5 years ago now. And Dave has evolved in life. I've evolved in life. Shiffman's always been a producer, even though he views himself as a first AD. This man has just as many relationships I do, and all this
you're cutting out
work. When people ask what do producers do, man, it's all thing I'm working on is to get Jeff, it's to get us teed up for this phone call that I want to have, and then connect Dave Brown on a phone call with my guys at Malka, so Dave can know what's coming, and I just know what's going to happen. We just got to communicate and have the conversations to make it all flow. So I will put that forward between now and next week. And then Martin, once you see what I'm sending you, I'm sure it's going to get your ideas popping off like crazy. And then I need to connect in David Leapson for the unscripted side of this, because even independent of us making this movie, that show idea of having you, Sheridan, and Rustler go around to various horror conventions and do a travel doc series based on urban legends connected to each one of these places where these conventions are happening.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing is money in and of itself.
Okay.
So ancillary pieces of business behind every IP is what I want to create moving forward. And then everything I'm doing is connected to legacies. And even this, man, there is a legend behind the Pukwudgie as it relates to Massachusetts. So it's part of the legacy of Massachusetts. And then this script was given to me by Scott. That goes back to the legacy of Scott and Eddie in high school when he became, the guy behind Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, Scott Ross. So it's all connected together. And then, like I said, Robert Rustler, who I also met through these crazy connective circles and brought on to be Chris Redd's acting coach. Chris and John Radinsky have the same agent on Fat Camp, the movie I made. I didn't even know that. Jeff, man, you want to talk about your relationship with Robert Rustler real quick, since you guys were literally kids running around in LA?
I mean, yeah, we just grew up in the same crowd. I knew his brother before I knew him, but when we were 17, 18, 19, we ran in the same crowd. We hung out. There were lots of drugs and whatnot, and we remained friends ever since. We were two of the few that got into the business, and I've since worked with him. But yeah, no, we used to run together. We used to hang out together.
So, I mean, you're talking literally way before I was born, because, even though both Jeff and Robert look very young.
We're talking 79, 78, 80, 81, 82. That's when I spent most of my time with him.
Yeah, no, you guys, all three of you, Eddie, Martin, Jeff, you guys are all pretty close. Wait, so Shiffy, you 56? How old are you, Jeff?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. Eddie? I'm not trying to, I'm just saying my birthday, May 6th,
Put it this way. I saw them land on the moon. Okay.
I didn't see that.
Holy moly.
I'm a World Series baby.
It's funny that Jeff says he watched them land on the moon. I literally was born the day after that happened.
Yeah, well, I was right there in my aunt's house.
That was July 20th, 69.
I ran outside to look at the moon to see if I could see him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
Marty,
how
old are you, Marty?
I turned 56 in June.
Wait, dude, it's all 5-6, man. May 6th. This is crazy.
5-6, the 6 number again, damn.
And then Michael Orsini from Malka, he just turned 56 April 15th, which is the same birthday as my best friend, who that original horse ticket back in the day, Eddie, I got with Tony Woodby. He's got the same birthday as Michael from Malka, man. April 15th, tax day. This whole thing is all, listen, you guys are all making my dreams come true for my birthday. I'm 41, May 6th, next Tuesday. And like Moses wandered around for 40 years, I ain't wandering around anymore. Martin, you getting behind the, hang on, Eddie, please.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, go ahead.
Martin, seriously, you jumping into this, man, and making this thing a reality from who you are, because in my opinion, you're the most important character in the movie. You're making my dreams come true, bro. Seriously.
Right. I'm there, bro.
And Jeff here has believed in me 6 ways under the sun, 9 times out of 10, 10 times over for a decade. And he's done schedules for many movies that never got made. That is not what's happening with this. And
hey, can I drop a name?
Yeah.
In that group of people that used to hang around and get into trouble way back when, with Robert, Demi Moore was one of those people.
Holy shit!
No kidding.
She Wait, you used to hang out with Demi Moore? Shit,
I used to ride her to work on my motorcycle. She worked on Hollywood Boulevard.
I used to eat her ass.
She would drag me out of class so that I can drive her ass to work.
Dude, Jeff, the car, are you ready for this? My original Volvo, that was my mom's. That was the first car I moved to LA when I was 19 years old with. It was leased by Castle Rock Pictures for Demi Moore to drive in the state of Florida while she was making the movie Striptease. My
Ah.
mom bought it from the car dealership. It came with the paperwork. I still own it. It is out at Roger Roberts' shop out in Newhall, California. And I always said I was gonna blow it up one day in a movie. But that shit is crazy.
As good of friends as we were at one time, she got involved with some kind of bad guy and she disappeared. And the next thing I know, she's on General Hospital.
Yeah.
And from there, it was that great movie I forget the name of, and then she took off with the Rat Pack. I haven't seen her since, and I don't even know. I mean, of course she would remember me, but I might have to remind her. I don't know. But we did have that time, and she was actually a sweet girl back then.
That's crazy, Jeff.
Well,
Wow.
she was diminutive. She was small. She was a tiny little thing that talked like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
He's gorgeous.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, she still is.
Should we have her play Martin's mom in this movie and just
Dude,
cast
after-
her instead of
No,
Lin
that's gonna be
Shay?
weird because I wouldn't want to do her.
No. Now your
I've
choice.
never
I'm
wanted to
kidding.
do her.
I'm
No,
kidding. I'm kidding.
What you mean,
Yeah.
Alice? You mean Alice? She wouldn't do that.
No, that's gonna be Lin
Yeah,
Shay.
exactly, Alice. But no,
Lin
Lynn
Shay.
Shay or Linda Blair or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's either Lynn or Linda, one or the two. So I haven't decided yet. I gotta hit up Lynn.
All right.
I'm gonna hit Lynn up on Facebook, but that'll be the last thing that I do is figuring out who Alice is, and if it's not Lynn Shay, it'll be Linda Blair or Martin, one of
Okay.
the two. So
All right.
cool.
I'm gonna jam because my girls just
Thank
are
you.
getting ready to leave.
Thanks for taking so much time,
I
and
gotta run too.
we'll pick this back up on Monday, Tuesday.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
All
Later,
right,
guys.
Boys, thank
Bye.
you. Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye.